Empty store shelves have led to a massive surge in Amazon orders for grocery items, cleaning products, and basic staples. To keep up, the company announced it is hiring 100,000 new distribution workers. But the company itself, of course, is not immune from the coronavirus either. Amazon is temporarily closing a New York delivery station after one of its workers tested positive for the virus. Joining us now, Jay Carney. He is Amazon's Senior Vice President of Global Corporate Affairs and former White House press secretary under President Obama. Jay, you know what it's like on the inside and the outside. Amazon could be, at this point, the most important company in America for everyday Americans to get us stuff. What measures are you putting in place to make sure you don't go down?
Well, first and foremost, we are following WHO and CDC guidelines in our fulfillment centers, which are our warehouses and our distribution centers, to ensure that social distancing is happening, that extra deep cleaning is happening, that our employees aren't congregating unnecessarily, so that they can go about the business of serving our customers who, as you mentioned, are more in need than ever of delivery to their doorstep of essential items, household staples, medical supplies, medicines, and things like that. So we're very mindful of the fact that we're in a unique position here, that we've become essentially an essential service to customers around the country and the world. That's why we're hiring more people. We know that that's unusual in a circumstance where so many companies are having to close their doors and lay off workers. We want to invite folks who have been laid off or furloughed to come work for Amazon for a temporary period of time so that they can earn a paycheck until their old jobs come back. And hopefully, you know, for the country, for the world, this won't last too long.
Well, let's talk about, I mean, listen, it would be great. You're hiring 100,000 people to help you with a business that's one of the most successful businesses in the world. Amazon made $70 billion last year. Besides helping us in a way that helps you in terms of your profitability, what can you as a company do to actually help right now?
Well, first of all, we, in addition to hiring people and raising wages, which we've done, our minimum wage is now $17 an hour during this period, which is, as you know, well over double the federal minimum wage. We are also doing things like launching an Amazon Relief Fund, which gives loans and financial assistance to our delivery service providers and our Amazon Flex drivers. We're paying all of our janitorial and other support service contractors in our headquarters buildings, even though they're not coming into work. We're providing subsidized rent to the small businesses, the restaurants and things that locate in our buildings but are out of work right now. And we're doing things like AWS, as I know you know, our cloud services, cloud computing services company, has launched this morning something called the AWS Diagnostic Development Initiative, which is $20 million to help spur research, innovation, and development of point-of-service diagnosis for COVID-19. As you know, the diagnosis and testing is a real bottleneck. AWS has enormous capacity when it comes to cloud computing, machine learning, and the like. We're going to make those contributions to the appropriate research institutions and scientists to help move this along.
Have you considered anything from a philanthropic standpoint? When you think who can get supplies better than anyone, who can find the supplies, it's Amazon. Every day we're hearing about more and more hospitals that don't have basic protective gear. Has Amazon considered stepping in and donating those masks and gowns and sourcing them for all those hospitals, or possibly get a computer to every kid in America? They're going to be homeschooled indefinitely.
Sure. Well, we're looking, we meet every day as a leadership with the business leaders, Jeff Bezos, people like me, and go over important information about our business operations, and then move to brainstorming about ideas that focuses on ways we can help not only our customers but our employees and other people. We have a program called Amazon Future Engineer. We just announced that we're providing free online computer classes for middle school and high school students through that program
right
across
now,
the country.
In this time of crisis.
Right now,
in this
we're
time of
offering
crisis,
those services.
Could you be providing all of the equipment, the masks, the gowns? Could you do that? What about a computer for every kid?
We are prioritizing medical supplies, masks, and the like for health care institutions, hospitals. As
You're
you know, there's
donating
been
them?
an enormous shortage. We have donated quite a bit of supplies and provided in-kind services. Our challenge is getting our suppliers to get that product to us, which is why in our fulfillment centers, while everything remains for sale that's for sale at Amazon.com, we are prioritizing the intake and shipment of medical supplies, gowns, masks, hand sanitizer, and the like, precisely because there's been a shortage everywhere.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.